What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this Tunisia vlog. Our journey starts off at Frankfurt Airport, flying south into the capital of Tunisia. In this vlog, I'm going to be sharing the itinerary of this underrated country that has so much to offer, from culture to coastlines and from food to adventure, of course. So, allez, c'est parti. The flight from Frankfurt to Tunisia is roughly 2 hours long and is extremely affordable.
Tidal work towards the coast of Corsica and Sardinia on the way to Tunis.
Upon arrival, you're greeted by the warm night air and the twinkling city lights of the capital. If you don't already have a Tunisian SIM card, I highly recommend purchasing an eSIM in advance. Thankfully, there's free Wi-Fi at the airport, so getting connected whilst going through customs is completely hassle-free. Before you exit the airport, make sure to withdraw some cash. Taxis and most local shops only accept cash. And just a heads up, while Bolt used to work in Tunisia, for some reason it no longer does, so cash is a must. So the drive from the airport to the main kind of town center is probably about 15-20 minutes or so it's not too long. This is where most of the main hotels are. We checked in, got comfortable, and yeah, got ready for the day. This is Le Centre Ville, the city center of Tunis. It's clearly inspired by European architecture, especially French, which makes sense as Tunisia was under French colonial rule until it gained its independence back in 1956. The area is full of cafes, always buzzing with people and impressively clean. Running through the heart of the center is Avenue Habib Bourguiba, named after Tunisia's first president, a key figure in its independence movement. At the end of the avenue, you'll find his statue, a powerful symbol of Tunisian pride and modern identity. After 30 years since the statue was removed, it returned to central Tunis back in June 2016. The translation of the inscription reads, Habib Bourguiba, supreme fighter, founder of the Tunisian Republic. Here you can see the iconic Tunis clock tower, which is ironically also been nicknamed Big Ben Ali, after the dictator who decided to create it. On the opposite side of the square, going towards the cathedral, as there are, of course, Christians and Jews living in this majority Muslim country. Here you can see the cathedral. On the opposite side you find the gate, or the entry into the Medina of Tunis, teeming with shops, markets, spices, and various different perfumes and restaurants, of course. The Medina is easily one of my favorite parts. It's a maze of narrow alleys, colorful shops, and hidden courtyards. It dates back to the 7th century and is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. You'll find everything here, from traditional handicrafts, perfumes, local street food, of course, and many different masajid. One thing you'll quickly notice in the Medina is the mix of languages. Arabic is of course the main language here, but French is also widely spoken. Most shopkeepers will greet you with ahlan wa sahlan, shnihwalek, or even bienvenue. Surprisingly, many of the vendors do speak English, so you should be able to get around just fine. There are two ways to reach this panoramic viewpoint. One is via Cafe Panorama, though it's occasionally closed, as it happened to be this time. The other is through Cafe El Morabit, which is completely free to access. From here you get a breathtaking view over the capital, including the iconic Zitouna Mosque. This happens to be one of the oldest mosques in Tunis, potentially even Tunisia, built in 698 AD. Zaytun, of course, means olive, or Zaytuna here, olive tree, and the reason it's named after this is apparently it was built upon the site of an old olive tree. It's located, as you know, in the heart of the Medina, and is very popular, and is a very popular tourist attraction. Non-Muslims can, of course, visit. Throughout the week, the Medina is extremely busy. However, on Sunday, it's usually a little more quiet, less shops are open. However, many of the restaurants and cafes do remain open. It's honestly very easy to get lost in here. Whilst walking around, you can see the minarets peek out of the buildings. Regarding the architecture, you'll notice a lot of the doors do have distinct colors. The intricate patterns found on the doors and nail-studded designs aren't random either. They're a blend of Andalusian, Ottoman, and local influences. giving each home its own personality. The masjid, as you can see here, is especially more beautiful at night. In the summer, prayers are usually held outside. After the prayer, you find sometimes lessons or Quran revision sessions.
واشهد ان لا اله الا الله وحده لا شريك له له الملك وله الحمد في دينه وهو لا يملك به الخير وهو على كل شيء قدير واشهد ان سيدنا وحبيبنا ورسولنا محمدا عبده ورسوله جاء بالحق الذي الذي ولي الساعه اللهم صل على محمد وعلى ال محمد كما صليت على ابراهيم وعلى ال ابراهيم وبارك.
Let's now take a step back in time to one of the greatest ancient cities in history, Carthage. Once a powerful Phoenician city-state, Carthage stood as a rival to Rome for centuries. Founded around 814 BC, it became the heart of a trading empire that stretched across the Mediterranean. It was home to the legendary Hannibal, yes, the one who indeed crossed the Alps with elephants to attack Rome. Today, Carthage is one of the most affluent suburbs of Tunis. The ruins themselves are protected as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, attracting historians, travelers, and curious wonders alike. From ancient columns to coastal breeze, Carthage now blends Tunisia's rich past with its modern identity, a peaceful escape from the city, yet rooted in centuries of legacy. Tunisia is full of incredible historic sites like Carthage, and one of the most impressive is the amphitheatre in Algem, often compared to the Colosseum in Rome. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to capture much footage of it during this trip, but if you'd like to see more of Algem, make sure to check out my Instagram. Welcome to Marsa, a seaside escape where the Mediterranean breeze meets relaxed North African living. Known for its beautiful beaches, chic cafes, and artistic flair, it's where locals come to unwind and catch golden sunsets, especially after a long day. It's calm, cool, and honestly, it feels like Tunisia's answer to the French Riviera. Just a 2-hour drive north of Tunis lies Cap Angela, the northernmost point of the African continent. Marked by a monument overlooking the Mediterranean, this peaceful headland is where land meets sea in the most dramatic way. Surrounded by rugged cliffs, crashing waves, and untouched nature, Cap Angela is a perfect escape from the city. It's not just a geographical landmark, but a symbol of how diverse Tunisia's landscapes truly are. Few tourists make it this far, so you'll likely have the serenity all to yourself. It's located just near the town of Bizerte, around 22 kilometers northwest of it. It was officially acknowledged as Africa's northernmost point in 2014, making it a relatively recent discovery for the travel and geographic community. After experiencing the serenity of Cap Angela, we make our way down to the charming coastal town of Bizerte, one left out of most Tunisia itineraries. Bizerte is a peaceful gem that deserves a lot more attention. It's actually the oldest city in Tunisia, founded over 3,000 years ago by the Phoenicians. Over time, it's been shaped by Carthaginians, Romans, Arabs, Ottomans, and of course even the French. And you can feel the layered history in the streets. The most iconic part of Bizerte is its old port, a postcard scene of calm waters, small fishing boats. It's surrounded by cafes where locals chill, and you'll often find fishermen repairing their nets right on the dock. Unlike the capital, Bizerte feels quieter, more laid back. It's perfect for a slow afternoon walk. If you've got time, head a bit further out to explore the beaches around the town and even the Medina. They're clean, crowded, and very local. It's a side of Tunisia that's often missed but really captures the spirit of the country. Raw, authentic, and welcoming. And ladies and gentlemen, that is a wrap for this Tunisia vlog. I hope you enjoyed exploring this underrated gem of a country, from ancient streets of Tunis to the peaceful coasts of Bizerte. If you find it helpful or inspiring, make sure you give it a like, drop a comment of course, if you have any suggestions, and of course subscribe for more travel content. You can also check out my Insta for behind the scenes clips, and also to see more locations such as Kairouan and Al Jem that I couldn't unfortunately squeeze into this vlog. But no, thanks for watching nonetheless, and I'll see you in the next one. As-salama.